Oh, hello everybody. My name's Luke K. This is Niv Shmooly. We're back in the booth in round 5 at ELM 2023 in Bologna. Niv, I've just had a nice lunch. What have you been having?
Yeah,
It's
a great lunch.
The food's great here in Bologna. Very exciting. We're going to jump pretty much straight away into round 5. We've got 2 players on 12 points. So, winning out so far. It's probably just one more win and an ID.
Yeah,
So
if they win, they're in top 8.
Yeah, whoever wins is going to be in top 8. So, fans of Tomas Varga or Lorenzo Ranocchia, you guys will be rooting for your friends at home. We're looking forward to seeing this match play out, aren't we, Niv?
Yeah, I think we know one player's on Grixis Delver. I'm not really sure what the other player is, so we'll see.
As a quick update, we've got some standings for you too. Other than Judah, Frantic Judah, who we saw a moment ago, and Tomas Varga and Lorenzo, we also have Sebastian Bender, and George Abeher Garcia on 12 points. So you guys at home that know those people are rooting for them. Sorry about that. We're looking forward to seeing those guys in action as well. And as we build towards top 8, we'll have a lot of matches from people who aren't necessarily on 4 wins. So we'll be keen to get more and more of the team and the players here involved. PO fans in the chat will be disappointed to hear that means that Krastev Pereslav is now 3-1.
Still live for top 8, though.
Still live for top 8, though. Ooh, that mono blue PO deck. And Frantic Judah's mono black Beseech the mirror deck. In top 8 would be very interesting.
Yeah, I didn't get to check his game out, but I did walk around a bit, and there's a lot of different decks, a lot of blue decks, I must say, a lot of initiatives that I've seen.
Yeah.
All right, looks like we're going into the game straight up. So we have Grixis Delver against Jeskai Control. It doesn't get any more classic than this, I guess.
Absolute classic.
Yeah.
This could be any decade of Legacy, I swear. So Tomas Varga on Jeskai Control. Niv, you and I talked a little bit about Jeskai Control at the beginning of the day. You're a 4-color fan. Jeskai Control, though, still being pretty strong in the meta.
I think it's still great. It got a huge boost in For the Erlingus. That card is just unreal good. I do think it's a bit poor in this matchup, but still great win condition. Even just for example, if you go 5 mana, make 3 2/2s, don't attack you, and don't introduce the monarchy to the game, that's still a great thing. And one interesting thing we see is Thomas playing Blood Moon main deck, and that can be a huge game swinger in this matchup, because I'm guessing Lorenzo has maybe 1 basic, if not 0. So if he gets to slam the Blood Moon and resolve it, that's lights out, straight up.
Absolutely. Really difficult for the Grixis deck to remove.
So the game, just fast game so far, nothing too interesting.
Both players just making the land drops, which probably favors Control in the long run.
No Delver, no...
And a pass from Lorenzo on 2 mana too.
Yeah, this sounds like a Bowmaster if just
Alas.
brainstorming.
So, a brainstorm here from Lorenzo.
I think Brainstorm is one of the hardest cards to play in Legacy, if not the hardest. I see a lot of people... I'm not saying Lorenzo's playing bad or anything, of course. It's probably right. But a lot of people will fire it up fast, and then not really sure what they're looking for. You need to remember it's a cantrip. You're not actually gaining card advantage. So it's more like a cantrip and filtering some cards, which is insane for 1 mana, but with a fetch land, of course. But if you're not looking for something, you should think if it's worth it.
I was about to say, so if you're in the Grixis Delver seat and your opponent has basic Island Prismatic Vista, I think you can put them on. Yeah, I think
and
you can put them on.
they probably played next to each other and everything. So I'm guessing the jig is up.
Yeah.
We know what each player is playing. But also, if we don't know from Thomas' side, this could easily be Storm, for example, because no threat has been cast, just Brainstorm, Ponder, and Underground Scene Volcanic. So this could easily be a Storm deck for now. So it's kind of interesting game. I do think that if Thomas gets to slam this Blood Moon, we're gonna have an exciting one, or a fast one, I would say, not exciting.
I've seen some cards in Thomas's hand and his deck now
Yeah.
A card that you're not a fan of, Niv, appearing in multiple copies. Narset,
Yeah.
Power of Veils.
I think if you play Jeskai, you play Narset. That's
Yeah.
the reason to play Jeskai. I just think it's not a good card these days. It lines up really poor though. All right, we're slamming.
Here we go.
Does he have a daze and force? If he had
He
daze
has
plus
daze.
4, that's great. Okay.
looks like he does.
So let's see if he forces back. If you force back, then
Yeah.
I know. Okay. Force, pitch, force, and now we have to force back, or else the game's over.
Yeah. But this is going to be a good exchange for the control deck. Just getting cards out of the Delver's hand, I think, especially now that most of the 2-card.
I think that was a bit like exciting because he drew the Force of Will this turn, so you got excited of slamming Blood Moon. But if you wait next turn, right, you play around days, you play around, so you have
Yeah, it's a tough one. And this is a Murktide Regent straight away from Lorenzo.
yeah, this is fine. It's just gonna get bounced with Teferi though, but that's the thing about playing Jeskai. The advantage of playing Jeskai over, let's say, for Cloud Control is that you play basic lands. So all the wastelands are just terrible, right? So here, for example, you just you get to play your spells proficiently, but of course your spells are much weaker in a sense. But this is almost a dream matchup for. Yeah, I would not pass that brainstorm there. Looks like he is. All right, because we already played the land, so this is just basically. Oh, he's playing Council's Judgment.
Wow.
That's an interesting one. I've not seen that one in a long time.
Yeah.
We should probably say what that one does.
1 white.
Yeah. And then do you...
Council's Dilemma?
I don't remember the name of that.
What's the name of the mechanic?
But basically,
Rubbish.
you both choose permanent, and then the permanent with the highest choice or tied gets exiled.
Yeah.
So you just choose whatever the opponent chooses, and it's basically a 3-mana Vindicate, non-land Vindicate.
Yeah.
Will of the Council.
Oh, Will of the Council.
Thank you for the help.
Thank you, chat.
I think this is pretty. Yeah, that's like a dream matchup for the Jeskai deck, especially with Blood Moon Matrix. You have an extra threat. Also, super slow start for Lorenzo. No
No follow really from Lorenzo.
Yeah, but also no early threat. No.
Yeah. You gotta really chase the Jeskai player into submission, right? In this matchup.
Yeah.
Can't just sit behind the wall of cantrips.
Okay, so, all right. Sorry for the a bit delay. But we are up to speed now. Yeah.
And that Delver should go some way.
All right, so we're up to speed now with the audio and everything. So it's just a dream position for Thomas. Has both Narset and Teferi against a Lonely Delver. Hitting his he did miss some land draws, but if he has a plow, I guess. If he doesn't have like a removal spell, he has Prismatic Ending. Yeah. So this is just almost game over, I would say, because we have instant speed, Prismatic Ending. We do get to bolt the Narset.
Oh, he had plow. Instant speed, Prismatic
Ending. That Delver should be exiled.
Yes, we'll
try
make that clear.
Yeah, we'll try and fix that somehow. I don't know. Okay, so
Brainstorm from Lorenzo. What's he digging into here? More threats?
Any threat, basically. But we had to bold, obviously, the Narset, because, we know the Delver's exile. We're going to try and somehow fix that.
So let's do that right now.
Yeah, we're going to try and find someone on the floor over there. So we had
Tarn here from Lorenzo.
Yeah, we had to free our brainstorm with the bolt on Narset, or else you don't want to brainstorm into a Narset.
And it's a really good 2-for-1 for the control player, and that's it.
I wouldn't say they're playing loose. They're just playing. In papers, you can easily miss stuff like that. So, playing fast is actually. This game is going in a very specific direction, so I think it's fine. Also, Jeskai control can be really slow, so you want to play fast. All right, so this DRC probably does not have. This Delver should be exiled, though. Okay. It's going to be crucial if we don't exile that Delver. I'm just going to say that. Okay.
A second copy of Narset here.
All right, maybe I'll just go tell them.
Yeah. A second copy of Narset here for Tomas Varga. I think it's pretty powerful to be able to hit Lauren revealed off that card. Getting ahead on cards in the control matchup, especially against Delver, is really, really important. I'm pleased to see this new technology. I think these basic land cycling cards are really powerful. They've changed the format in ways that really, frankly, quite surprising. We see a prismatic ending here from Tomas Varga.
All right, so we fixed the Delver issue.
As Niv resolved that. So that was the prismatic ending, Niv, that answered the Dragon's Rage Channeler.
Yeah, this is just gonna take a while, but I doubt we're going anywhere but winning from.
We were just talking about the Lorien revealed, which this Narset revealed.
Oh, okay.
I think that's an interesting card in the matchup. It's definitely card advantage.
Yeah, Lorien reveal is a great addition to Legacy and Modern, of course. Being a land drop, being a blue card for forces, and obviously late game just draw 3 cards. Great with Mystic Sanctuary as well. All right. So if Thomas doesn't kill this Murktide somehow, we know he doesn't.
We've got to Fairy Bounce, but
Oh yeah, I guess he can go Psycho Lorien reveal, get a Tundra, and Castle Judgment in it. So I think
also true.
I think we're
might
doing.
well happen here.
Yeah. No, the Delver was exiled because exiled. Yeah, like it should have been. So we fixed that issue. It's okay.
Yes. The Tundra here being the first non-basic land, which Tomas Vargas had to play. Do you think that Wasteland being a non-factor in the matchup is especially bad for the Delver tempo deck and strategy?
Yeah, Wasteland. Basically, Wasteland is a big thing against control, but having all basics just nullifies that. It also means you can play more win the game card like Blood Moon, Ruination. Sometimes they play that.
This is interesting. It looks like the uptick onto Fairy will of course mean that the Council Judgment happens.
Yeah, exile. That's exiled. All right. What do we have? All right, another DRC. Sure.
Well, you can't say the Delver deck's been bad at drawing threats. It's pretty much had one threat in play at all times in the game. It's just that Thomas has removed every single one.
Well, it didn't have all the whole time. That's the issue. It didn't have turn 1 and 2. Those are the crucial turns of playing threats. Yeah, just play whatever win con and
look at that. Yeah.
The
Comet Cellup up.
Another card that's not in Magic Online yet.
Yet.
So it's nice to see it in paper showing up. But that was a classic, I think, game for Jeskai versus Delver. It's just.
Yep, we kind of expected that. What technology would you like to see out of the Grixis Delver deck that isn't available?
Well, the Grixis Delver deck needs, I would say, it needs like real like hate pieces out of it, like Court of Cunning, Palantir of
Orthang. Calling that card out?
Yeah, any card that gives you card advantage, it puts pressure on Jeskai, is really, really good. I would say if he has Court of Cunning, we don't have deck list in front of us, but we're trying to get that. If he has Court of Cunning, that's a big card against Jeskai because they're not really good at getting the Monarchy. I mean, they might have 4th Year Lingus, but that's almost all the creatures they play.
There's
obviously Pyroblast is insane because they're trying to cast 3-mana sorcery speed blue cards, and you're just gonna go Pyroblast them. Hydroblast is also good against Comet, against their opponent's Pyroblast, against 4th Year Lingus. So I think post sideboard it gets much better for Delver because basically Jeskai is a pre-board deck against Delver. So
you just give it towards me a bit, Niv.
Oh, okay.
We're all good.
Yeah,
right. Basically pre-board against Delver. But they've got
you do sideboard out the forces. Yeah, all the forces.
All 4?
Yeah, all 6. You probably played the classic control decks plays 4 force ability, 4 of negation.
Okay.
So you just take them all out usually. It's so bad against Delver, that's the thing. Like 4th of negation obviously is really bad, but also force ability. You don't want a 2-for-1. This whole matchup is about trading 1-for-1 and trying to get value from your planeswalkers.
Yeah.
But I think the post cyber really depends which tools the Delver deck came with. If he has hard good pieces like any
Court of Cunning,
Yeah,
or
any of those.
Palantir, those sorts of cards. Yeah, we'd like to see those. And resolving those means that Delver's going to want to play keep in its forces, no?
that's always tricky because the Jeskai deck also brings in Pyroblast and
Yeah.
such. But you also have cards you can board out, like you can board out some Lightning Bolts. They're not great. They do kill Planeswalkers, but that's not a great situation.
Yeah.
All right, see Counterbalance. That's a really good one.
Stopping cards like Swords to Plowshares, Prismatic Ending for 1.
If it's on board, it's a really tricky game because your brainstorms can become counterspells basically.
Yeah.
Against basically the one more of a cantrip, so the Plowshare, the 1-drop. Getting a 3-drop is a bit tricky. I don't know. Again, if you have Court of Cunning, that's a great one. So
Yeah.
But now that we know the matchups, I believe Lorenzo will try to keep a much more aggressive hand. Cause I think that was the game-winning position. That he just pondered, brainstorm, turn 1-2, didn't do anything really, and then he played. And then basically Thomas made the pace of the game with jamming threat after threat, and then protecting it with like his own force. So that's obviously, I think that's a fine key from Lorenzo, but not in this matchup. So he might have not known the matchup, or just try to find a threat with.
So I've pulled up the deck list on my phone. The sideboard includes
So we see
the Court of Cunning,
Pyroblast.
the Court of Cunning and the
Force of
Counterbalance.
Negation is also good.
Right.
Flusterstorm, Hydroblast, Counterbalance, and a Court of Cunning.
But
all
alas,
of
no
those.
Palantir of Orthanc.
Yeah, but Court of Cunning also does almost the same.
Nice. Players look to have started here. We've got a Ponder from Tomas Varga. After Lorenzo kicked it off with still no turn 1 threat.
Yeah, that's interesting, but I think it's still I see a Daze. Daze is really good on the play in this matchup.
Yeah.
Because they have a hard time jamming their 3-drops.
Yeah.
I do see a Force of Will in Thomas's hand, so he did keep some of those. But there's a DRC. All right, so we're online.
We are online.
But again,
Thomas's hand is full of removal spells. It's going to be a grindy one. Flenzo's going to want to win. He's going to need to draw more threats. Well, let's see what I drew. That's a Ponder, which he casts.
interesting that he didn't fire the plow. Looks like he doesn't mind. The thing, DRC is really probably the best threat in this matchup because filtering out cards and you drawing more gas is just the way you win.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting spot.
Yeah, having Ponder Surveil 1, enough's been said about that. It's so powerful.
Ponder, Surveil, he kept Surveil and he kept the Ponder. So that's an interesting. He liked the cards.
At
Basically.
least one of them.
At least one, yeah. The top card.
Yeah. But we've got 2 fetch lands here ready to go for. As we see a pass back.
So he liked the second card too because he didn't shuffle it away. Another Ponder. Okay. I wonder
he's
if
gonna cast.
we...
And there's the Lightning Bolt in Lorenzo's hand, which you mentioned is.
I mean, you don't want to sideboard them all out, right?
Okay.
They're still okay.
Yeah.
All right, mill the Hydroblast. So, there's a Bowmaster. Bowmaster is also really nice in this matchup, of course. The new addition to Legacy and Modern. Not so new by now, but... So, we are 2 card types away. Actually, 1 card type away, because we have a fetch land that we can easily put in the graveyard for Delirium, but...
That was quick.
Yeah, it's
I
actually
suppose
not
in
that
Lorenzo's
quick.
position, yes, you're right, actually. In Lorenzo's position, you don't want to be flipping threats into the graveyard. And at the moment, creature and artifact are the only ones that his deck's likely to do easily.
Well, he does have Mishra's Bauble, so he'd be able to find that. Found that, but I think also you probably sideboard if he has Wastelands, you can easily sideboard out some Wastelands in this matchup. Those are basically colorless lands, so you really don't want to do that. All right.
We're finally firing off this plow. This Dragon's Rage Channeler got a lot more value than I think we both expected it to over the course of the game. And like you said, we'll see if that was an important part of the match.
That's also fine for Thomas. I mean, he didn't lose too much out of it because
it was never a 3-3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it did filter 1 card, but I think he took in general 2 damage from it. So all in all, I think it worked out fine. So we're cycling. Lorian's revealed, getting a Volcanic. So that's a big saying if you're gonna get a Volcanic.
No, I know there aren't many decks of Legacy that are by any means budget, but it's worth noting that at this proxy event, Tomas Varga has chosen to play just 2 Tundra, just 1 Volcanic Island,
That's
0 copies of Plateau.
Yeah, but that's a list they play.
Yeah, I think that's really achievable for a lot of viewers at home that might want to get into Legacy, play a control deck. This Jeskai list, I know it's not affordable, but relatively speaking,
Yeah.
I think it's
All
very
right.
good.
Tapping the Volcanic also, meaning he probably doesn't have a Pyroblast in hand. That's just tell.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Also playing the Volcanic, I think that's a bit risky to play it there. Because if he has a Wasteland, you lose a red source, and that's big. Because your Flooded Storm can't get Volcanic. Well, it can get Volcanic, but it cannot get a basic mountain.
it can't get basic mountain, and that is, I mean, we know that is the only volcanic in.
But that's the general list. They usually play one Volcanic and one basic mountain.
Yeah.
Looks like Narset resolves. That's big.
That's huge, surely.
That is really big. But we know that Lorenzo has Orcish Battlemaster in hand.
Okay.
So what we might see is Battlemaster ping the
Narset, and then conveniently,
yeah,
I think you might have 2 1/1s in play after that. We'll see if all that resolves. I love this planning ahead, Dave. It's so insightful.
All right, we find a Plow, a Comet, a Pyroblast, and it's a Fairy, I think, the last one. We take the Comet.
Wow.
That's aggressive. But
Yeah, Thomas just wants to get this game over, clearly.
Yeah. Get the nice new Planeswalker. It's not really new, but it's not on Magic Online yet. We hope that it will be. Just roll some dice on Magic Online.
Yet to be determined if Comet is the goodest boy. Keep watching.
All right.
Chat. You might find out.
So I'm gonna guess we're gonna go end of turn. Battlemaster? Yeah, okay. So
Shout out to Kinda in the chat. Shame you're not here. We've had Beseech on camera already, Kinda. You're kind of nonsense.
Lorenzo getting a basic island, respecting Blood Moon a bit. I think that's fine. I just think if Blood Moon resolves, you're done. So because he also milled a Hydroblast.
Yeah.
So he might have another one. But now we see a little fight. Even if this Battlemaster, let's say, gets plowed, you still get a 1/1. You ping the Narset and then you attack with a 1/1. So Narset just didn't do much. I mean, it was an impulse, but that's fine.
This is going back to your suggestion that Narset's lost a lot of power level. And is it specifically this interaction with Battlemaster that you think such a worrying factor?
I just think like you lose so much value of Narset once Battlemaster is printed.
Yeah. Are you still wary of tapping 3 mana in your Jeskai control deck in general? Traditionally, it was the 3-drop deck.
Yeah, that's why in general, I don't like Jeskai control now. I think it's good. It's good, but the Battlemaster changed the way Legacy is played, and just in general, yeah. Now we attack Narset. This is exactly their interaction.
Yeah.
Basically, what happened is he impulsed for 3 mana, and then
yeah.
I mean, prevent 3 damage, I guess. That's why I don't like Narset right now, but I could be wrong for sure. So.
I love that. That analysis really helped me understand, and watching it happen, play out on screen, really made me understand why that card's lost a lot of value in Legacy over the past.
All right, so we pondered Cap. That was a
quick ponder.
Yeah, that was like, is that?
I think that's the Dragon's Rage.
Yeah, that's a DRC. Okay.
Squeezing in on the end.
I mean, if he has Supreme Verdict here, they do play some Supreme Verdicts. Impulse gets. All right. Playing Comet, playing around Days. Interesting. So now we have a little bit of a reader and a die roll. I believe
for the second time this game.
White border and the ground sea. Well, black borders are a bit expensive, so we can.
It looks like Comet's getting forced here.
Yeah, and we have a Surveil trigger that we pointed out.
Yes.
Of course. So, well played.
And he's like, this is very kind of.
I believe we still do not have Delirium. We are missing a card type. Okay, Force of Will pitch.
Force back.
I didn't see what he pitched, sadly, but.
We'll have to see what he pitched later.
We don't have a Surveil because we don't know. Probably does not have a DRC.
Alas. I'm interested to see how this plays out now. You're correct that he's played around Days.
Yep.
Having to play around Days on turn 5 or turn 4. For your Planeswalkers.
Yeah, but I mean, if this Comet resolves, all right, now we're gonna roll the die.
Roll some dice.
I believe 1 if you get 2 insects, 2, I don't remember.
Is it 1 and 2 is insects?
1 and 2.
3 is dome.
So we get 2 insects, all right. And plus
squirrels.
2.
Squirrels. How did we forget? How did we forget? That's so
squirrels.
embarrassing.
Okay.
So the squirrels are in here. They're plants for now.
Okay, so we untap. I mean, we don't have a good attack now because of the squirrel, so
Yeah.
this Comet might do some work. We did mill a Hydro Blast earlier, by the way, so that's a thing.
We did. No way to get that back in this list.
Yeah, he might. I don't think he plays Mystic Sanctuary. That's one card that could do it. Yeah, okay, Murktide.
Well, now we have good attacks. This Murktide region coming into play for Lorenzo.
Yeah, but next turn, so he could easily have a Plow, a Pyroblast, a Council of Judgment, any of the tons of removal spells, basically.
We see the Murktide here coming into play with number of +1/+1 counters on. Lorenzo realizing as we did that the attacks aren't on, but jamming in anyway, trading an army for a squirrel. Is that a good trade? If you were an Orc army, would you feel good about being traded for a squirrel?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I doubt it.
I think I would feel bad.
Squirrel came in for free.
Yeah.
And I think this game is starting to be over. Like, Comets is just get way too much value out of the Narset. Now Comet's going off. Let's see what we roll this time. Roll 3.
Let's find out what that does as both players' heads enter the frame, leaning over to read Comet's teleport activate ability.
I
Looks like
think
it's pick up a card, lose.
and minus.
Yeah, minus equal to the mana value. Yikes. This card advantage machine
Yeah.
proving to be too difficult.
If you untap with Comet, like, that's crazy. Now he has 4 good cards in hand. I think it's Teferi, Council Judgment, the sword that we know about.
It's easy to give Comet a lot of praise here, but would other 4-mana Planeswalkers have had equal effect on the board?
Yeah, if you resolve Planeswalker and an empty, kind of empty board, I would say. Looks like another Force of Will. Okay, on
Lorenzo
Teferi.
protecting his.
Yeah, I think he had no choice.
Yeah.
Teferi. Oh, file that. Okay.
Okay, and we see Thomas now rattling off removal spells. Now he's got the permission out of the hand of the Delver player. Before passing the turn.
No more expressive iteration to fill your hand in this deck.
Yeah.
That one's gone. But
It's so tough getting this down from 7 loyalty like it was last turn.
yeah, you basically need to draw a Hydro, Pyroblast.
Yeah.
Court of Cunning will go a long way to winning this game, so that's nice. Any
Yeah.
sixes to reroll? That's it. So you get squirrels, right?
More squirrels.
Okay. Oh, thank you. So 1, 2, you get +2 in squirrels. 3, you -1, and you turn non. Okay. 4, 5, it deals damage. You will normal loyalty counter, and 6, you just activate 2 more times and you win the game.
Yeah, you bet.
But I think this game is. Yeah. Unless you do
natural conclusion.
Fire Blast? No. Okay.
Oh, tough place for Lorenzo to be. I think, Niv, when we last commentated together in this tournament, we had Maverick versus Lands, and we talked about how much of a good matchup that was for
Yeah,
Maverick.
the same idea. All right.
It's very similar here as we
Thomas.
see the scoop.
Just crushes basically the Delver deck. And I believe Thomas is in top 8.
Yeah, so
that's-
any Tomas Vargas fans at home
Or any Jeskai fans or any Control fans.
will be pleased to see that Thomas is going as we come back into the booth. We do have a backup match for you, which we may be switching to very soon, and that would be Sebastian Bender versus Jorge Garcia. Apologies for my
Not really
terrible
sure what they're
pronunciation.
playing, but
no, we
we'll-
can find out very soon.
we'll
In the
find
short
out.
term, though, we should talk about that match. So 2-0 in relatively quick fashion. If
Yeah.
we're honest with ourselves, it never really looked like Lorenzo was going to carry the game away. It was a slow downhill.
I
Struggle.
think just both having game 2 also he didn't have really a threat early.
Yeah.
He did have DRC, but he didn't get a fast delirium. If he had a fast delirium, I think it would have been a bit different game.
Yep.
So he would have attacked for 3, maybe put more pressure, start.
But we
But-
were never really concerned enough to check the control player's life total, is the truth of the matter.
Yeah, but I think in general the matchup was just really good for Jeskai. Having basics is amazing against Delver. Just having a lot of threats, having Blood Moon's another threat. Yeah, I just think this just a rough matchup for Grixis Delver. I still think Grixis Delver is fine. I personally would not play the card Delver Secrets. I think it's really bad now.
Do we need another Bullwinkle cycle where we do this non-dichotomy Delver for a period, and we reconsider where we are in the meta? Are we
I
pushing
just
it
think
to never-
Bellmaster changed Legacy a lot.
Yeah.
So X1s are, I don't know. You have to think about your X1s really, really well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that like yeah. Do you think that Bowmaster is overplayed? Or do you think that this is how it's going to be forever now?
No, I think it's a good card to have in Legacy.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. It's a good card. Obviously, it's a really, really good card to. But I think it's interesting card because you have
Yeah.
to think. Like a lot of time when I'm playing control, I have a brainstorm in hand and they have 2 mana. It's like, all right, can I take the 3 damage from
Yeah.
Bellmaster? If I can, yeah, you can have it. That's fine. Or if I have a plow, for example, or removal spell in general, force of will, and so on.
Yeah. Right. It looks like we do have the backup almost ready to go. I was about to regale you with tales of my experience playing against Bowmasters in the Vintage and Team Trios yesterday, but we'll save that for another time, chat. We'll stick to Legacy right now.
Jack's saying I'm allowed to say the card sucks. I don't know. We can debate on that. You can tweet at me. It's okay. I think it's great. I actually like Legacy a lot right now. I think it's in a really healthy, good spot.
Yeah.
People might say that the blue-black scam deck or black in general is a bit overpowered. I think it's fine. I mean, unbanning a Mind Desire was amazing. I love that unban.
Yeah, that's a wonderful unban. I've been playing a lot of Paradise Lost Storm, and I'm keen to give
Yeah,
that a go.
I'm not even a combo Storm player, but I think it's great.
Yeah.
Like free cards that are fine. I'm all up for that. I
You
don't
mentioned
even
Blue
know.
Black Scam, and we sort of talked about that at the very beginning of the stream, when we think that was probably it's the most played deck here.
Yeah.
Fans of Andrea Mengucci at home and fans of Blue Black Scam will be disappointed to hear that his run ended 1 and X.
Yeah.
He is out of the tournament now, having only won 1 match with that deck, which traditionally a player we think of as incredibly good, playing arguably the best deck, perhaps was hated out.
Yeah, that's also the thing. If you're playing the tier 1 top deck that people are prepared for, that's a thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I know, for example, Veil of Summer is the main deck card now.
Yes.
So people are playing that. And
Yeah.
I just think you got to be prepared. But obviously, Legacy is Legacy, so anything can go.